morning. You're welcome to another beautiful Wednesday morning live here from Ondo City on AYOGEN online television. Bringing your breakfast news to you is Makonjola Luatusen here at the major headlines. On local news this morning, 11 parties to participate in e-mobile election, says INEC. Alimosho protest, no evil must befall Aregbesola kinsmen once. On our political news this morning regarding the 2023 upcoming general election, who will ensure that Ogunwayi emerges president, says the Northern West Northern Women Group. On our stock news this morning, on our business news this morning, elect 621 billion naira fund diversion, New Peng PTD Shun National Assembly invitation. On our sport news this morning, Yusuf, girl with fragile legs working wonders in handball. On our health news this morning, stretch marks can be successfully cleared if treated early, says dermatologist. On our foreign news this morning, abandoned cargo ship carrying more than 1,000 luxury cars is burning in the Atlantic. On our entertainment news this morning, cross-dresser Brain James Brown commences study at UK University. So full details coming up next. Parties to participate in a mobile election, says INEC. The Independent National Electoral Commission on Tuesday said 11 political parties will take part in Saturday's by-election in the Ongo-Okpala local government area of Imo State. The resident electoral commissioner in the state, Francis Ezeonu, said that the commissioner was ready for the by-election. The State House Assembly had declared the seat vacant, citing the inability of the former occupant, Tochi Okereke, to perform its legislative duties. Briefing journalists at the Commission's Secretariat in Owerri, Ezeonu disclosed that a total number of 94,040 voters had to vote in 193 polling units in the local government area. The Dawn said that the Commission will be engaging about 800 ad hoc staff, including senior polling officers and assistant polling officers. It said that all electoral materials had arrived in the state, adding that all non-sensitive materials had been supplied to Ongo-Okpala and completely batched ready for deployment. The INEC rec said the sensitive materials are in the Central Bank of Nigeria and will be deployed from Thursday, February 24, according to operational order provided. On Friday, men and materials will be moved to the RRACs, while on the election day, deployment starts by 5 a.m. Alimosho protest, no evil must befall Aregbesola kinsmen once. Some All Progressive Congress leaders in Ijesha Land, Osun State, on Tuesday condemned Sunday's protest against the Minister of Interior, Rauf Aregbesola, by a group of people in the Alimosho area of Lagos State, describing it as uncalled for. Staging a protest of a small crowd in Elisha, the state group led by the chairman of the Osun Progressive, Mr. Lowo Adebiyi, said since Muslims were not buried with coffins, those who carried mocking coffins of Aregbesola only celebrated their own funeral. The protesters, who carried placards with inscriptions such as Ogbeni Aregbesola is a patriot, meet Ogbeni Aregbesola and win election, and we identify with Aregbesola and celebrate him, amongst others, also called for immediate end to attack on the minister. Speaking on behalf of the protesters, a former chairman, Elisha West Local Government Council, Mr. Aziz Adeshiji, said the Alimosho area of Lagos was difficult for the progressive to penetrate before the coming of Aregbesola. He added that it was Aregbesola that used political tactics to assist the progressives to make inroads in the politics of the area and win followership. Adeshiji stated Aregbesola is not a local leader. He is a federal minister holding a very key position and nobody can force him out of the APC. He is the prime mover. Nobody on earth can force him out. Aregbesola is a Muslim, and have you ever seen a staunch Muslim buried in the coffin? Those that carry the coffins only carried their own coffins. You will never see a Muslim. They are carrying their coffins. They are celebrating their own funeral. You have read in the media how some misguided youth in Lagos, precisely Alimosho, signatures purported to be of our beloved leader, father, brother, son, and associate Ogbeni Rauf Aregbesola, who is the Minister of Interior. As you all know, he began his political career in Alimosho, Lagos under the leadership of the late Dapo Sarumi, where he met Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. In 1991, while Aregbesola was a House of Representative aspirant, Asiwaju was contesting for the Senate. Aregbesola lost the SDP primary by 1 vote. Asiwaju was just caught as political thief, then approached him to help with the Alimosho votes in the Lagos West primary, which he did, enabling him to become the candidate of the SPDP, and he eventually won the election. At the return of civil democratic rule in 1999, Asiwaju, being fully convinced that Aregbesola was the man he needed, asked him to head his governorship campaign. Aregbesola dexterously won him the Alliance for Democratic primary and governorship election against the candidates of the very formidable Chief Funshaw Williams and oppositions of some powerful Afenifere chieftains. Aregbesola's political shock continues to rise beyond Alimosho, covering Lagos State and beyond, culminating in his election as governor of his home state, Osun, where he served 2 terms. His re-election in 2014, you will recall, was epochal. He contested against the formidable PDP candidates. On our political news this morning regarding the upcoming general election 2023, we will ensure Ogunwayi emerges president, says Northern Women Group. The North Central Women Forum converged in Kaduna on Tuesday and resolved to use its resources to ensure that the Enugu State Governor Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi is elected president come 2023. The forum said the decision to support Ugwuanyi, whom the fondly called Buruburu, was informed by his entrenchment of peace and good governance in Enugu, as well as assisting women and the downtrodden to grow their businesses. The group, which had members from Niger, Kwara, Nasarawa, Plateau, Benue, Kogi State, and Federal Capital Territory, held a crucial meeting on who to support during the forthcoming 2023 elections. At Epitome Hotel, Banawa, Kaduna State, with a call on all Nigerians to support power shift to the Igbos because it is long overdue. According to the forum, the decision to hold a meeting in Kaduna over threat of political division, insecurity, high rate of poverty, and unemployment and socio-economic problems militating against the progress and development of Nigeria under the All Progressive Congress regime. In a communique jointly signed by the coordinator of the forum at the end of the meeting, the group resolved to throw their weight behind Ugwuanyi, whom they described as the most women-friendly governor and a detribalized leader. The 9-point communique jointly signed by Coordinator and Secretary of the North Central Women Forum, Christian Azege, and Secretary Ajiya Aminu Kuri, said he is currently the only governor of a state who came on board and remembered the welfare of the women, traders, and the downtrodden. One of the reasons we resolved to endorse Governor Ugwuanyi as President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria come 2023 is because of his far-fetched Reaching Traders Empowerment Scheme launched in 2017 to assist genuine women traders and various businesses irrespective of the state, of religion, or ethnicity. On our business news this morning, alleged 621 billion naira fund diversion. Nupeng PDT shun National Assembly invitation. The Nigerian Union of Petroleum and Natural Gas Workers and the Petroleum Tanker Drivers Union on Tuesday failed to appear before the National Assembly's joint committees on works over the alleged diversion of the 621 billion fund. The leaderships of Nupeng and PTD had alleged that the fund allocated for the rehabilitation and reconstruction of federal roads was hijacked by the Federal Ministry of Works and Housing together with some governors. Consequently, the Joint Committee had invited the Minister of Works and Housing, Babatunde Fashola, SAN, and leaders of the unions to respond to the allegation. But the invitees failed to attend the investigative hearing organized by the committee, drawing the ear of the lawmakers. The chairman of the Joint Committee, Senator Adamu Aliero, described leaders of Nupeng and PDT as liars and irresponsible. Aliero asked them to appear before the panel in the next 7 days. He said for someone to make this grave allegation and was given the opportunity to defend the allegations and decided not to come is either a liar or irresponsible. We are not going to take it lightly with them. We are going to compel them to appear and speak on the allegation. We have summoned both Nupeng and the petroleum tanker drivers to come and defend the allegation made that 621 billion naira had been hijacked by the Federal Ministry of Works in Nelson together with some governors, and this money is meant for the rehabilitation and reconstruction of 21 roads in the country. We felt that this allegation is very grave and serious. We need to investigate it properly to ascertain the veracity of the claim. That's why we called the Ministry of Works, and the minister responded with his directors. Members of the Senate and House Committee on Works are here. We don't take allegations that have to do with public funds lightly. This is taxpayers' money. We want to ensure that it is properly investigated. If they don't come, we will compel them. We will issue a warrant. Meanwhile, the Senate on Tuesday confirmed the nomination of 5 executive directors of the Nigerian Midstream and Regulatory. On our sport news this morning, Yusuf, girl with fragile legs, working wonders in handball. Toyin Yusuf, captain of Nigeria under-20 women's handball team, has grown to become one of the country's talents. The 18-year-old, like every youngster, is dreaming of leading the country to glory, but is ready to bid her time as she continues to develop her talent. I know I'm still young, and all I want to do now is focus and continue with my. I am confident that one day I will attain the heights I dream of and lead the country to glory, Yusuf said. Yusuf's journey to become a handball player was accidental after from pursuing a career in football, her first love. She started as a goalkeeper but saw her stint, which was cut short due to her fragile nature. I started my footballer by my coach said I wasn't strong enough and suggested that I try out with handball, Yusuf added. I was a goalkeeper then, but the opinion that my legs were fragile, that they can't really kick the ball very well. The first day it took me to play handball, I fell in love with the game. I must confess, I didn't even like stopping. That was how the journey started for me. Unlike many athletes who are often demoralized when they can't have passion, Yusuf took the coach's suggestion as a challenge and was determined to succeed in a newfound game. When the coach told me that to try out other sports, I took it in good faith and said, no problem. She added, I didn't feel bad at all because I believe he was the coach and he knew what was best for me. When he saw that I was ready for the challenge, the next day he took me to the stadium in Jos and I started my training there. He was the captain of the Nigerian under-20 women's handball team, currently in Conakry, Guinea, for the Africa Women's Handball Junior Championship. However, there is no road to stardom without challenges, and the had our own share of it coming from a mom who was against her pursuing a career in sports. My dad has always been in sports, but our mothers, mine was very overprotective, and she had believed that I would gradually act like a man. She had severely wrong perceptions about the game. She wanted me to learn how to cook and do household chores rather than going for sport. For Yusuf, there is nothing to regret after gradually climbing the ladder up and wrong in the process. She even won over her mom. Here is the story of perseverance and determination to hold her head up, standing on strong and unmovable, fragile legs. I won't lie, the journey has been amazing, and now my mom is now my #1 fan, and I really love her for that. On our health news this morning, stretch marks can be successfully cleared if treated early, says dermatologist. A consultant dermatologist and venereologist with Ura Specialist Teaching Hospital, Ura Dr. Sebastian Oyiwo, asked all Nigerians to always seek medical. According to Owe, consulting a dermatologist once the skin scarring is noticed can help ensure better treatment outcomes for the condition. The consultant dermatologist explained that stretch marks can be successfully treated in the early stages, noting that late presentation at this hospital makes it harder for them to be treated. Speaking in an interview, Owe said the earlier one presents to the dermatologist with stretch marks, the better. The earlier stage, when it presents with red lines on the body is usually better for presentation as it helps ensure successful treatment by the dermatologist. But when it becomes white lines with some depressions, it comes with more difficulty with possible in treatment. We also caution people who engage in bodybuilding, noting that such exercise can equally lead to the development of stretch marks. Or we also warn against the use of skin lightening, toning, and bleaching creams, stressing that it can cause stretch marks. According to him, the stretch marks caused by skin lightening creams are wider, larger, and more widespread. Recall that data released by CNN recently revealed that Nigerian women are the highest consumer of skin whitening products. According to the data, 75% of Nigerian women consume skin whitening products, followed by Senegal, Mali, and Ghana. Abandoned cargo ship carrying more than 1,000 luxury cars is burning in the Atlantic. On our foreign news this morning, an initial salvage team is expected to arrive Friday. An abandoned cargo ship carrying more than 1,000 Porsches and other luxury vehicles is burning in the Atlantic Ocean. The fire on the Felicity Ace broke out on Wednesday. The ship was sailing about 90 kilometers southwest of the island on File in Portugal when the flames erupted. According to the country's military, all 22 crew members on board were rescued by members of the Portuguese Air Force and in good health, according to Snow Cape Car Carriers, the ship owners. The Felicity Ace is still adrift in the Atlantic Ocean by Snow Cape Car Carriers said an initial salvage team is estimated to arrive Friday. Further salvage assets are being ready to attend the vessel, the company said. It's unclear what actually caused the fire. A ship tracking website showed that Felicity Ace was en route to Rhode Island. The fire comes as car manufacturers grapple with inventory issues. Our immediate thoughts are of relief that the 22 crew of the merchant ship Felicity Ace are safe and well. Porsche said in a statement, "We are in contact with the shipping company and the details of the car on board are now known. While it remains too early to confirm what occurred and next steps, we are, along with our colleagues at Porsche AG, supporting our customers and dealers as best we can find to solutions brought on by the ship shortage." Volkswagen confirmed to ABC that it had cars on the vessels, and we are now in contact with the shipping company to get more information about incident, the German automaker said. On entertainment news this morning, cross-dresser James Brown commences study at UK varsity. Popular Nigerian cross-dresser James Chukwueze Obialo, alias James Brown, has revealed that he sponsored himself to university in the United Kingdom. The self-proclaimed Princess of Africa disclosed that via his Instagram page on Tuesday as he celebrated his 22nd birthday, sharing a video of himself giving a classroom presentation. The social media personality said he decided to gift himself university education for his birthday. What gift I gave myself this year by sponsoring myself to study in a university in UK. I never stopped dreaming of the impossible because earlier this year I made to support myself going through university, and I was faced with one of my biggest obstacles in life, he wrote. Earlier in the month, Brown announced to his fans with a flurry of Instagram posts that he had relocated to the United Kingdom. In one of my birthday posts, James, who was decked in traditional attire, declared himself Princess Adaize Lolo I of Imo State. And now with that on our breakfast news. Just stay with us. We'll be right back shortly. Welcome back. We're still on our breakfast news. Major highlights of our major headlines this morning. On our local news this morning, 11 parties to participate in e-mobile election, says INEC. Alimosho protest, no evil must befall Aregbesola kinsmen wants. On our political news this morning regarding the upcoming general election 2023, we will ensure that Ogunwayi emerges president, says the Northern Woman Group. On our business news this morning, elect 621 billion naira fund diversion, Nupeng PDT, Sean National Assembly invitation. On our sport news this morning, Yusuf, girls with fragile legs working wonders in handball. On our health news this morning, stretch marks can be easily and successfully cleared if treated early, says dermatologist. On our foreign news this morning, abandoned cargo ship carrying more than 1,000 luxury cars is burning in the Atlantic. On entertainment news this morning, cross-dresser James Brown commences study at UK Varsity. And that will be that on our breakfast news this morning. To thank you for watching. I want you to continue to subscribe on our YouTube channel on AYOGEN Online Television and follow us and like our page respectively on Facebook and Instagram. I remain your host, Makonjola Oluwatosin. Do have a very beautiful Wednesday.